Hello everybody, welcome back into the video. So, I originally wasn't gonna make a video on this, but considering that it's been talk of the town lately when it comes to the Halo franchise, because there is a rumor going around that 343 might actually be essentially dumping Slipspace and going over and switching over to Unreal Engine 5, according to various sources from YouTubers and even website like Windows Central. So I will read to you what the article is, and then we'll discuss. Starts off with what you need to know. A new report from Sean W. suggests that Halo Infinite's Battle Royale, codenamed Tatanka, is switching to Unreal. They revealed that Tatanka exclusively appeared earlier in the year as a Battle Royale light Halo game designed to appeal to a new audience. Ever since the departure of Bonnie, many fans have been speculating, wondering what if any change of direction may be on the way. We've been investigating Sean W's rumors over the past week and can tentatively collaborate some aspects to it. Halo Infinite may be set for a large change of direction according to new reports, which we can tentatively corroborate, at least in part. Last year, they revealed that Halo Infinite was slated to get its own very own Battle Royale, codenamed Tatanka, in development between 343 and Certain Affinity. After leaks, CA released a statement confirming its deeper commitment to the series, and recently, last week, they said they're doing major work on Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite has been a turmoil as of late. The live service left a lot to be desired, and through the struggle to return to the necessary pace of updates, live shooters just generally enjoy it. Yeah. That's a statement with competitors like Fortnite, Valorant, and Apex Legends, and now Overwatch 2 in the mix as well, as it just launched, piling further pressure to Halo Infinite to keep up. Yeah, regarding Overwatch 2, that game is its own controversy, but that's not the point of this video. Anyway, continuing. The game's much awaited Forge Mode is coming later in the year, but its third season of content has been delayed out of spring, with Season 4 naturally coming even later. In conversations with 343 staff past and present, who wish to remain anonymous, Halo Infinite's internal engine, Slipspace, has been blamed for much of the problems with the game's ongoing development. Two separate sources actually described the launch date of Slipspace developer tools as quote-unquote non-existent. Descriptions paint a bleak picture for contractors and new staff, who had to work with a difficult engine which was light on documentation and pipeline maturity. To that end, these recent rumors may not come as much of a surprise. Okay, think about this for a second. You're a contractor coming in, right? Because with how Microsoft's contractor thing works, basically you would have what? I think you're only contracted for like 18 months, essentially, then you're done. Pretty much, so think about that. You're not giving like any tools with an engine that is so foreign to you, and you only have 18 months to get shit done with it. Yeah, I could see why it would paint a very difficult picture for, to essentially make content for Halo Infinite because of the whole contract situation and the fact that the engine is so hard to work with. Anyway, continuing. Last week, YouTuber Sean W shared a video detailing some rumors he's heard about from Halo Infinite, alongside some speculation about what may be going on moving forward. At its core, he's reporting that Halo's Battle Royale mode may be moving to Unreal. If it wasn't there already, this would typically mean dropping much of the work already done on Slipspace. Again, like I said before, so this rumor is suggesting that Halo Infinite's Battle Royale could be moving on from Slipspace, which would be kind of weird to have the main game use Slipspace while its Battle Royale-like mode is on Unreal. So it would be kind of weird, especially since, assuming it's going to still be part of Halo Infinite's multiplayer aspect, it would be kind of strange. But I kind of always found this rumor odd, but more sources seemingly are talking about this, so that's kind of the whole point of this video. Anyway, continuing. Increasing our reports that Halo will be switching up for a wider switch, known for games like Gears of War, Fortnite, and many others. Sean W's report was also collaborated by ACG's Jeremy Penter, as well as some of her own. I want to gather more details in an attempt to paint a more complete picture of what's going on, before creating one. Given that some information I received is conflicting until now, here's what we know. Some details on the plan remain vague. We have some tentative indication that Microsoft may be moving to Unreal Engine across the whole series, not just the Battle Royale, with 343 getting ready to explore the future of the franchise, with 343 founder Bonnie and Slipspace architect David Berger no longer. David actually left shortly after Bonnie, so take that what you will. It seems Studio is eager to explore new ways to adapt to the fast-paced development in the shooter service gaming world. Moving a more popular engine that has mature tools and perhaps more crucially high levels of experience from the game developer workforce might be key to figuring out Halo's future. Right now, it does not seem that any real indication that Halo Infinite itself is winding down though. Development on Forge is not stopping, and neither is development on Seasons 3 or 4. I mean, hell, like most of Microsoft studios actually use Unreal Coalition, Undead Labs, Ninja Theory. There's some others too. I think Compulsion's next games could be Unreal Engine 5 too. So if 343 does move to Unreal Engine, it would be a big bonus for them too, because if they need help, so they could have other Microsoft studios pitch in to help because they have experience. They already have that experience with Unreal Engine 5, so it would make complete sense, you know, should they move over to Unreal, as this rumor suggests. Anyway, to finish up this article, fast forward to now, and now that Halo Infinite's life service wasn't ready, 6 months are an outlier in an industry where service games frequently do 1 month, with new battle pass filled with cosmetics providing sense of progression and reward, while keeping competitive balance intact. Halo Infinite Season's updates have been a bit lacking too, adding minimal amounts of maps and new features compared to other games. Locking down a singular narrative on why this has been hard is tough to say the least. Some of the people I've spoken to blame Chris Lee, while others lay blame at Bonnie. The one consistent area iteration falls on the Subspace engine, which has become somewhat notorious in commentary surrounding Halo Infinite for its difficult implementation. I know from info and conversations I've had about Tataka that the game was supposed to incorporate Halo Infinite, and Certain Affinity received the source code to build out its implementation. We know from leaks that in the Halo API, some fragments about Tataka's meant to play, although if the game is indeed switching engine as rumored, it's actually anyone's guess just how much the original plan will be retained. Instead of representing the continuation of Infinite, it's possible that Tataka could eventually grow to represent the next phase of Halo itself as a completely separate standalone experience on a different engine. It may separate Microsoft's original plan to incorporate the Forge mapping tools, but they could still bring across Halo Infinite's cosmetics, potentially by leveraging social APIs. Now this is where it gets to campaign stuff. Microsoft registered the Endless trademark a few months ago. I made a video on this for all who remember, which seemed to indicate some kind of campaign DLC for Halo Infinite. There have been some suggestions that the Endless may shift to Unreal as well, and become a standalone experience in its own right, although we're unable to collaborate anything about Endless at this time. That's probably in early development, so I can see why, Jez and the folks at Windows Central couldn't really nail anything down about that, so I can see why. Now, one of my thoughts on this rumor, I mean, if the Subspace engine is as bad as everyone is making it out to be, yeah, I can see why 343, under new leadership, 343 would be looking to move on from it. Because for those who are not in the know, Subspace engine is essentially just an overworked version of Blam, which was also notorious for being hard to work with. Because when Bungie left, they didn't exactly give 343 any insight into how the Blam engine works. So think about it like that. So you would have an engine, you would have leadership that were incompetent in Chris Lee. I know Bonnie too, in some aspects too, but let's be real, she was doing 3 jobs at once. So, which is pretty brutal to do. So, and you combine that with the fact that the Subspace engine is a pain in the ass to work with, in the whole contractor situation, yeah, like, no wonder the development of this game was so troubled. Yeah, I can see why, So, if they do switch over Unreal, I mean, this could really be a bit, really good for the series going forward long term, but I guess we'll have to wait and see on how it all pans out, but I don't know. It's a very interesting rumor nonetheless, and I'm curious to see what happens here. But anyway, I think that's all I have to say on this. So what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below, and if you like this video, hit the like button and consider hitting that sub button so you do not miss any more videos, and I will see you all in the next one. Till then, have a good one.